Riot Games announced the new TCG card game, so why don't we head to the comments, because it looks like everyone's really excited about this new addition to the Riot Games repertoire of ways you can play and experience the world of Runeterra. Honestly, the amount of positive sentiment and genuine excitement— no, it was a circus, of course. Low-key a slap in the face to Legends of Runeterra's existence. LOL. Cutting the loss by having Runeterra are on this. Yeah, Legends of Runeterra is definitely done. Riot after killing Legends of Runeterra. Wanna watch me do it again? You drove Legends of Runeterra into the ground, and then you expect me to play this? Legends of Runeterra died for this. You will invest in Project K. Don't believe their lies. Former Legends of Runeterra player. Project K stands for Project Kill Legends of Runeterra. Before we get into looking at the cards in Project K and try to infer how this game is played, let's talk about Legends of Runeterra. So apparently Legends of Runeterra was gutted for this, which doesn't make a lot of sense because the most recent post for Legends of Runeterra in 1127 said that they'll be revisiting the way they make new champions for Legends of Runeterra to improve the look, feel, sound, and quality for future champion releases, and retroactively apply those changes to Ambessa and Warwick. They'll be postponing the release of the new Legends of Runeterra champion for now, including one they had planned for December. This means that they'll only release 3 new champions in 2024. You'll see just one champion making their way from PvP to PvE in December. Now I understand I follow the news, right? I follow Riot Games on social media, and I'm constantly looking for Legends of Runeterra posts because it's my personal favorite game from Riot. But if you're not following this, all you would have seen is a massive downgrade with Ambessa and Warwick's evolve animations. Yeah, they became defaulted, and it wasn't a good thing. I even said this on social media. I was saying I wasn't happy about it, and I hope they come back. And no voice lines. There wasn't any for Fiddlesticks either, even though he did get an evolve animation. Now, Legends of Runeterra was not in a great place before. I think definitely before the Battle Pass and before Bath of Champions started really taking off, Legends of Runeterra was kind of not making any money whatsoever. I was playing Legends of Runeterra for a long time. I never invested a penny because you didn't have to. It was weird. Like, they gave you every single card you could ever want, which I think is great because in PvP, you want to have all the cards you can possibly have to be able to play competitively. But now they added this Battle Pass and leveling up chains in PvE. I think Legends of Runeterra needs some new game modes, like an adventure mode. You know, I think Legends of Runeterra can definitely be used to tell stories beyond Path of Champions, where they're telling some stories, but like I want to see an adventure mode come out of Legend of Runeterra and maybe a PvP battlegrounds with some unique ways to play. Legend of Runeterra could get some love for sure, but I don't think it's a dead game. While Legend of Runeterra I think was falling into maintenance mode, it's not anymore. I think Legend of Runeterra has picked up pace, and while Legend of Runeterra wasn't a bad place in the past, I actually think it's in a great place right now. They're saying there's options for more SFX for champions and new cards, the champion level up experience, new cards to support all new Legend of Runeterra champions, and adding flavor text to those new cards, not just to champions. So all good, and voiceovers for champions. This will be the most challenging for content types for multiple reasons, including implementation complexities that come with the tech supporting in-game voiceovers. I can see it that if you don't follow the news, Legends of Runeterra looks like, okay, they removed animations, they removed voice lines, and now they're releasing a TCG card game. So if you don't follow anything, but somehow you got the news of a TCG card game, I can see that you think Legends of Runeterra is dead. But Legends of Runeterra is actually in a good place, and I think it has a very bright future. I think we're going to see new game modes for Legends of Runeterra. We're definitely going to see champions go back to having voice lines and animations for their level ups. I'm personally excited for the future for Legends of Runeterra. But now that we know Legends of Runeterra is actually looking pretty good right now and not being canceled, let's actually look at the TCG card game, a separate game by Riot, and not at all replacing Legends of Runeterra. Dave Guskin is the game director for Project K, and he was the former executive producer on Legends of Runeterra, which honestly makes sense. If you want to make a TCG card game, you grab someone from Legends of Runeterra who already has experience with the Riot IP and can maybe transition this into some kind of card game. And it's not really a transition, it's a totally different game when you look at the cards. And there's Chengran, who's the executive producer of Project K. Now look at these symbols on the top right and top left, they're important. Chengran says his favorite is the Volibear ramp deck, and you can see these symbols are actually from the Volibear card that we see later. Dave Guskin says his favorite is the Yasuo mid-range deck, and you can see these symbols which do come up later on the Yasuo card. But let's look at the cards and see if we can infer how this game actually works. It looks like you select a champion who's kind of the main person in the deck and gives you some kind of power that you can use, and that's who they named the deck after, so they definitely have a big influence on them. The decks are organized and built around the champion. It looks like these battlefields are set up and players try to conquer them. You battle over them. And conquering these battlefields will give you some kind of advantage. Now here's Yasuo, and look, there's green and purple. The green represents calm and the purple represents chaos.
So I am playing a Yasuo calm chaos deck.
And then look, you have the Jinx deck here, and it has red for fury and purple for chaos.
I am playing a Jinx Fury Chaos.
And I think there'll be multiple of champions. So there's a Jinx Fury Chaos, champion. There could also be a Jinx Calm Chaos champion, or maybe even a Jinx Chaos Chaos champion. But we're looking at the table here, and I think there are battlefields in the middle, and that's how you can play. You can play 2v2, 1v1, free-for-all. I'm sure you can play even 3 players at a time. In terms of free-for-all, it can be 3. I do think the maximum is probably 4 because they do say 2v2 and not teams of 2. But the whole concept seems to be that you're fighting over these battlefields. Now they have these cards that they show, and you have champions that the decks are built around, but you also have playable champions which are different. Now in terms of might, that's the Riot Fist in the top right. That's almost like attack power. The top left number is the health, and the bottom left is the cost. You can see those symbols under there. I think that has to do with the cost, how much it costs to play the card. The Victor card shows that you'll also have a base, so you're going to have some kind of base that you control, you could probably protect, and you can maybe use it to some kind of advantage, but you're also fighting over the battlefield, so you have to decide, you know, almost like troops. Do you want to send more out to the battlefield? Do you want to have some protecting the base? Woolly Bear himself would be a difficult card to target with spells or effects because it looks like you'll need to pay 2 extra energy to do it. Again, this card referencing battlefields, and we see the Calm Chaos colors again. This is the spell, and it looks like it costs 2 energy, and if you wanted to use it on Volibear, that would be 4. This is a reaction spell, and what it looks like to me is even if it's not your turn, if someone plays a spell, you can play this spell in reaction to it. And you know, so they played a spell to give them an advantage on the battlefield, you can play this spell to give yourself back the advantage on the battlefield. Now they talk about game stores, promoting the game and events. This is pretty important for TCG. I've personally never been to a TCG event, but my brother-in-law got pretty into One Piece for a while, and it seemed like it was the events that kept him engaged. After all, who has organic friends? And that's definitely going to be a barrier when it comes to play. But then there's also the collectible aspect of it. People are just going to buy these cards just to collect them. But what's cool is you'll also have national level tournaments and maybe even global events, which could happen for this TCG game. Early 2025 launching in China with global launch plans coming in the future, and there's like a limited edition Chinese arcane box set, file decks in Macau, and if you can't make it there, you can pre-order the English version early next year. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the art. Doesn't matter. They can reuse the Legend of Runeterra card arts. I don't think that matters at all. This is a TCG card game. Why would you not reuse the art from Legends of Runeterra? It makes no sense to just redo art to redo art. A lot of people saying that, oh, we saw the Victor old art, like they're not even remaking his art. They might remake Victor's art. And I'll tell you what, if they remade Victor's art for the TCG, then Legend of Runeterra will probably get an updated art as well. I don't understand what the hang up on the art is. The main thing with a TCG card game is it fun? And then people are going to collect the cards anyways. Just because you have a Victor card in Legend of Runeterra doesn't mean you're not going to want a hard copy of it in real life. What are your thoughts? Are you excited about the TCG card game? Can you see yourself playing competitively in this game? Or are you just going to buy the cards to collect them? I'm interested in your thoughts in the comment section below. Me personally, I think I'll buy a couple. I think if my brother-in-law gets into it, maybe I'll buy some more just to like play against him. Maybe we'll play 1v1. I could see my little brother getting into it. It could be fun. I mean, just like a game board, right? If enough people buy the cards, I definitely think it could be fun. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. What are your guys' plans with this? Are you excited about the TCG card game? Personally, I think it looks fun and I'm excited to try it. Thanks for stopping by the Grove, and I will see you in the next one.